Number one, children first. And I think all of us, just what has hurt me the most within these couple of nights, listening to teachers talk the way they talk, and we teach kids. I work in a school that you will never work in because it's only one like it in the United States. And you've often hear me say that, and I'm proud to teach there. But to hear teachers, how many of you are teachers? Just raise your hand. How many of you are support staff? Raise your hand. And I think each one of us up here have cared about you. It's not about dogging anybody, talking down to anybody. It's about children first. This entire rule development is about children. I can remember battling with Miss Markle, and I don't think I can remember battling with the West Side. And every school that we have built, I've never had anybody to come back and say to us that they didn't love Durance. I'm using that tonight because the mother had tears in her eyes when she said how much she loved her school. I haven't had not one parent to come back. I can remember arguing and riding in a Lexus, and they driving me through the community in Karen's district at that time. And they looked at me and asked me, I said, oh, I know that lady. Well, who do you know in this district? I said, I know the lady right there. She goes to my church. But they were fighting about the schools being built. But they all end up A schools. They all end up either B. They all end up great schools. They were so great that they made this district. Not any one person could boast about making this district an A school. Not any one teacher. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. And I'm saying it because I'm a teacher. And I'm way ahead of you because I came back. I came back. And the way that I heard you talking tonight, we would never allow our children to talk to us that way. I am appalled. The thing that I want to tell you, it's not about you. It's not about your job. You work for a county. It's nothing on your certificate that said you were assigned to Catalina Elementary. It's nothing on your certificate. You can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen, because you dished it out. You can give it out. I'm going to give the speech because it ain't for you, and it shows how selfish you are. And for me to sit up here and take the heat from you and not be able to say it tomorrow night, leave, that's fine. Because I'm going to say it anyhow. I'm a better teacher than you will ever be. Now, a better teacher than you will ever be. A better teacher than you will ever be. That's fine, Barbara, and you yelling out. I'm talking to the board. You can yell out. I'm going to finish. I sat here all night and listened to you. Just beat up, just talk down, just beaten. People came up and said, look around and see why people left. They said, these are teachers? That's why I'm going to tell you. I don't care if you like it or not. I work in a jail. I get kids worse. I get kids that are felons. So none of you scare me. It doesn't matter. And I have more experience than any of you. The point that I want to make to this board tonight, because I can't make it tomorrow, is that it's about children. The hearing impaired program was at Rock Lake. Some of you weren't even born when the hearing impaired program started. And for the young lady to ask me about Kaylee, my footprints are all over that ground. I worked with Amelia Hogue. I know about her marriage, her family, and how we walked that campus. Mr. Blocker and nobody in here and not you could go to every school. I talk to people. I don't walk on every campus. Did you invite me? Anybody that invited me, I bet I came not to invite me in a crisis because you're feeling some pain, but invite me to see. But I know to go. And nobody can keep up with my schedule because I walk on the campus. I go where I need to go. I go where there are children. You may look around and see me in your room. The hearing impaired program could go back to Rock Lake when it was a predominantly white school. But then after it became black under Ted Gregory, I said my best friend, who was the principal, and we graduated from South Carolina State University together, it was decided, and I'll say it again, by this board to move it to Cayley. I say move it back. Would you go? Some people are sitting up here telling us what communities to live in when you left them. You left Grand Avenue. When I got here in 1966, Grand Avenue community was predominantly white. I couldn't even go in that school. Rock Lake, predominantly white. Catalina, predominantly white. I would shout it from the rooftops until you understand what you are doing. Memorial, predominantly white. Orange Center. That's how Ray McKelly, I don't know if he's still here, but Raymond was my student at Orange Center, and how he met the white students because they came out of Pine Hills. And we all became very good friends, and we are all friends today. Washington Shores had white students. And to use the word, you guys, you don't know, Eccleston, white students. Eccleston was up to 1,000 kids with Rufus Brooks. Nobody cared back then. I heard no voices shouting. Orange Center was over 800. I heard no voices shouting. Washington Shores was overcrowded. I heard no voices shouting. I heard no Dick Bachelors. I heard no radio talk shows. We were in our little black community in the DSEG order. Some of you don't even know what schools are named in the DSEG order. And you're trying to use it for a reason. It's not your turn. It's our turn. It's our turn. It's our turn.